Yes, you guys, I'm late on doing my Raw review once again for the second Monday in a row. I might be late, of course, next week too, but Roman Reigns, you guys, return back, of course, to talk about, his return and everything from last week. Of course, he was interrupted before he can even first speak because of Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman. And Bronson Reed goes on to, talk about how would Roman's father and uncle feel of him being put out on a stretcher, and then kind of compare him to his father, them wrestling so long and never was put on a stretcher or anything like that. And then Roman, goes back to say, hey, Paul, you know what my father, would have said, because Roman Reigns overall, said that Paul Heyman was a dumbass. But sorry for how the picture looks right here, you guys. But anyways, that's where Paul Heyman, overall, he made a match and said, if Roman Reigns, wants to get his get back, then he can fight Bronson Reed. They go into Brawl. And then, of course, we get to the first match of the night where Becky Lynch was actually defeated by Maxine Dupree. And Maxine Dupree put on an incredible match. She looks greater than ever, you guys. I was like, oh, man. So now it got Becky Lynch, like, very mad, because a win is a win. She won by disqualification, but it is what it is. So with that being said, you guys, Maxine Dupree, she ends up holding her hand up high, went back up to the entrance ramp, you guys, and to pretty much celebrate her win. And the crowd was actually getting behind her throughout her match. Of course, you guys, you've seen like a #1 Sports Illustrated thing. It was like a crowd in the sign, which was very cool. Roxanne Perez, she had her match one-on-one with Lara Valkyria, where she won with her finisher Pop Rocks, where she was distracted by Raquel Rodriguez. Of course, Bayley was out there to assist Lyra, and every time somebody messes with Lyra, Bayley gets angry. So that's where Bayley, snatched up Lyra, and I thought she was about to attack her, but of course, she's not going to attack her, because that's like one of her bestest friends, right now in the company, even though, she still got Sasha Banks, but that is neither here nor there. But of course, she would go back there and she was like, hey, you all right? And then she was like, let's get him. So of course they attacked him. You hear all the booming, all the commotion. And this was before like CM Punk came out. LA Knight came out and pretty much, said, they were pretty much wanting that world title. And of course, Jay, he was he was up there, getting the hot hit, Jay. Of course, that's where CM Punk was like, I like Jey Uso, stick to the tag team, but I don't like Little Roman. And that's where Jay snapped, you guys. And that's where Jimmy and them were trying to hold him back. But of course, that's where LA Knight got super kicked. And then CM Punk ended up knocking the glasses off the back of Jey Uso's head. And I was like, God dang. And then, of course, Jimmy would super kick CM Punk. So, of course, this is where Roman was backstage and, was like, are you trying to help LA Knight? Are you trying to help CM Punk? Are you on my side or are you with them? So it was like very hostile, you guys, with all that. Of course, we got the match where CM Punk was about to go for the pinfall on Jey Uso. But, of course, LA Knight want to be, LA Knight and want to say, hey, I've been Jey Uso. I've been the former world champion. I beat Seth Rollins and all that other stuff, you guys. But with that being said, you guys, it's like, it is crazy. Of course, here are the start times, depending on if you're watching my video. If you live in any of these cities here or, countries here, then that's your time zone. But for me, it starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is on New York time. But yeah, anyways, you guys, Io Sky would have a one-on-one match, with Kairi Sane. Asuka ends up helping her. Of course, she gets attacked. And Rhea Ripley is already in Australia, to promote, Crown Jewel, which is in, of course, her country. And that's why, of course, we got like the Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns thing, because they're going to be in Australia as well. And then they needed one more match for the card. So they had to do that. So, of course, Io had like a little thing saying that, her Asuka not family anymore. But, of course, like I said, she did get beat down. And, of course, we already know that Io Sky and Kairi Sane will actually win, you guys. Well, excuse me. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will win this Saturday morning. at Crown Jewel. But anyways, with that being said, you guys, Seth Rollins, he was like doubting himself. He was like, what if I don't beat Cody? He kept pressuring Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman basically said, like, what happened to Roman? Like, you will lose everything. You'll lose me. You'll lose, it make me want to question, like, why did I leave Roman Reigns for you? And of course, WWE is already going to give this win over to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins already know it. Cody Rhodes know it. Everybody know it, except us as fans, which we can see it happening, but we don't have the script or knowing who. AJ Styles, this was like the co-main event match, you guys, which was before that tag match. But of course, it was a 6-man match, and not really caring about whatever in this match because it was made backstage. Where AJ Styles said, me and, a couple other friends, wants to fight you guys and so on and so forth. And of course, they did pick up the victory, you guys. And it was actually pretty cool. But AJ Styles did get up on the, get up on the rope and, he got on the announce table and said that, he's happy to have his match against John Cena at Crown Jewel, and I'm actually happy for it too. Hopefully these two appear up on SmackDown this Friday, but I don't think so. Monday Night Raw next week at 8 o'clock in the morning. Man, come on. I'll be at work. Like, I'll just be getting to work around that time, you guys. Eastern Standard Time is my time zone. So, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to watch it, but I probably won't really watch it until I go like on a lunch break. Like right now is the end of my lunch break, but you guys get the gist. But this is the thing I was talking about with AJ Styles, you guys. But AJ Styles, y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, he said he's going to be retiring in 2026. But yeah, Chris Wrestling Views out. I'll see you guys in my next video. NXT versus TNA tonight, which is called Showdown. Hopefully you guys are going to watch it, or you guys are going to end up watching AEW, I guess. I don't know. But like, come subscribe to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Till next time, you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.